I'm back in front of the camera. Yay! No, but all joking aside, no, if you know my old channel, then yeah, you know me. But this channel's more about production, and I need to be very quick. So this is the 2017-18 Premier League predictions, and it is 9:08 at night, so I have to be quite quiet. Anyway, this is my predictions, very quick, gonna explain them as we go along. So yeah, here we go. In 20th place, there's no surprise who's everyone's basically picking between Brighton and Huddersfield, and I'm putting Huddersfield here because, to be honest, with me and Huddersfield, don't really know the club as well, and they just don't seem like they're going to be the big Premier League threat, even though it does look like they have they've got that little underdog fighting spirit, it seems, with their manager. I don't know who that is. I mean, they got that Aaron Mooney guy from Man City, and apparently he's good, but I don't really know, so that's where I'll go. In 19th place I've gone Burnley. Now the only reason why I've gone Burnley is because, let's face it, it doesn't seem like they're going to have a good season. They've already got rid of Michael Keane, they got rid of Andre Gray to Watford, and he was one of their best strikers, and I just don't see them being a threat this season. They did bring in Jonathan Walters though, which is a bit of experience, but I don't think that's enough, considering that Jonathan Walters is, even though he is experienced, he is also getting quite old in his life. They also brought in Jack Cork from Swansea, but again, it doesn't seem like he's good enough to keep him there, so that's why I'm going 19th with Burnley. In 18th, I'm actually going with Swansea. Yeah, Brighton staying up. Even though they have a very good team, Swansea don't seem like they have that lackluster power to go through. They did get Tammy Abrahams on loan from Chelsea, and he done... don't know how he done, but apparently he's a good youngster. In 17th I've gone for Brighton. Brighton seem like they're everyone's team to go down in 18th, 19th place, but I can actually see them staying up this year. With the signing of Davy Propper from PSV and Matthew Ryan from Valencia, I literally do think they actually have a solid team to stay up in the Premier League, especially when they came second in the league, and that is quite impressive for someone like Brighton, who's literally been down there all the way in the lower divisions to come up, and I am seriously rooting for them. They also signed Izzy Brown. Right, in 16th place, I have Watford. Now, initially I was actually going to put them in the relegation zone, but as soon as I heard the signing of Andre Gray, I've actually put them into 16th. The reason why I put them in 16th is because I generally think they might now have something to do attacking wise. Defensive wise, I still think they're quite weak, but I think they're going to need some sign more players. Cyril Legas now got Tom Cleverley as a signed transfer. I think that's going to be amazing for the midfield, considering he is experienced and he is also talented. And also Will Hughes, who everyone's been hyping up for so many years. I've liked him. I've seen him play for Derby, and I've seen him play good with also Chris Martin, and now he can link up with more players with more Premier League experience, and I'm expecting them to edge it. Right. In 15th place I've got Stoke. I know. Considering that Mark Hughes is a very good manager and Stoke are a very good team, they've got rid of a lot of players that were useful to them. Arnautovic being the big name. Yeah. Also getting rid of John Walters, fair enough, he didn't seem like he was there, as a big player, but he was a Stoke player. He was one of them players which could actually play good for Stoke. Excuse me. However, they did sign Darren Fletcher, which I think will be good for their midfield, considering that they do have an old, experienced midfield, surprisingly, in Adam, Joe Allen, and now Darren Fletcher, as well as also wing, pace with Shaqiri, and also strikers in Juve and Berahino, who do need to step up their game this season. 14th, I picked Newcastle. I know, also weird, but I have a feeling with Rafa Benitez being their manager, they're going to do really good in the Premier League. Also, Dwight Gale seems to be really, really good back in the Premier League. He's going to hit fire straight away, and I can see them finishing 14th. In 13th, I have Southampton. Unfortunately, because I've always liked Southampton's team, seemed like they're always going to get top 10, but then they did get rid of Jay Rodriguez. Considering that, they've got now a new manager and they're selling their big players, I think they're going to need a few more signings. Their attack is sorted, Gabbiadini, Shane Long and Charlie Austin, who's come back, is brilliant, but their defence, especially with Virgil van Dijk, wanting to leave, even though they say they're not for sale. I don't know. I just don't see them doing as well, especially with a defence which does not seem together right now. Especially Yoshida. He's been awful, and yet they still have it. In 12th spot, I've got Crystal Palace. Now, Palace I can see having a big season, so I actually do expect them to finish around 12th, 11th place. Maybe even 10th if some of the teams above this list don't do well. Especially with the signing on loan for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he's going to be fantastic. Because whenever he's played Chelsea, he's been amazing, and I don't know why Chelsea don't actually try and use him more. In 11th, I have West Brom. Now, West Brom had an amazing season last season, and I'm expecting them to have another good season, even though they did lose 9 in a row at the end of last season, but they have a strong team. Losing Darren Fletcher was bad, but then bringing in Jay Rodriguez was a massive up for them, and they are a very attacking team now under Tony Pulis, even though they are also very defensive. They can hit you on the counter-attack, especially with Salomon Rondon being their main man to aim at, and he's always dangerous. In 10th, I've got my boys from my Love and Leicester series, which unfortunately you can't find on this YouTube channel anymore. We've got Leicester. Yeah, I can definitely see Leicester finishing 10th, Craig Shakespeare being the brand new manager, and he seems like he's going to be a much more focused, more ready, and he's got his own players in with Bora. He's come in, and also the signing of Iheanacho is amazing because Iheanacho I've always rated, even at City, and he's always been like the best goals per minute person. So you know, more game time for him, you're expecting big things of him. Especially when he's got pace of Vardy, you know, height-ish of Okazaki and Slimani, but you gotta see what's gonna happen. In 9th, I've actually got West Ham. Yes, West Ham I've got in 9th, which is weird because everyone's thinking 8th. I put them 9th. Reason is, considering that I know Hernandez and Arnautovic are quality players, I still think it's going to take time for them to adjust. Like, it's still a new stadium. They're only a season into it, and considering that Joe Hart is a good goalkeeper on loan, he also has his bad sides. Bale free kick and 2 free kicks from Lee Griffith. Please, look, Joe Hart, I know he's a good goalkeeper, but he can have his flaws, and considering even though Ogbonna Reed in front of him, it's the Premier League, he's been in Italy, it's just going to be all new to him. Like, he needs to adjust again. How is he going to settle in? I don't know. In 8th, I've actually got Bournemouth. Don't judge me. The only reason why I put Bournemouth is because Eddie Howe is probably one of the best managers in the league, and I'm surprised England have not called for him yet. Considering that they finished 9th last season, I'm actually expecting them to do a lot better with a stronger team, even though people are pegging them to do worse with a better team. Jermaine Defoe's always going to be sick, considering that he is probably the best English striker I've witnessed growing up. Is not like from Man United. I've always liked Defoe, and also Nathan Ake, promising young defender, finally signed him. Chelsea, what were you thinking? And also Begovic going there as a first choice goalkeeper, which is going to be sick. Chelsea, what were you thinking? In 7th, Arsenal TV's coming at me. It's Arsenal. Yeah, I only think Arsenal are going to finish 7th because, first of all, they were losing 3-2 to Leicester. That's not a good start. And second of all, Lacazette's a good signing. Kolasinac is a good signing. 3 at the back, though, I've never rated it. I don't rate 3 at the backs, even though Chelsea did win the title last season, but I just don't rate it. Like, especially with their defence. Rob Holding, even though he's young and his experience is good. Koscielny, Mertesacker, Gabriel Paulista. All these players are going to come in and just not going to gel well. Plus, also, you got to think, when you play a 3 at the back formation, your left and right mids, or wing backs, have to be defensive more than attacking, and Arsenal are too much of an attacking team. I can see them conceding a lot of goals, especially sloppy ones. They're going to get hit on the counter-attack a lot, even though they can hit people on the counter-attack, and I just see them not playing well for the majority, especially Sanchez, who does seem like he's going to be leaving. I'm sorry. 6, I have Everton. Yes, everyone thinks Everton are going to finish 7th. I'm thinking they're going to finish 6th. signing Wayne Rooney, experience, who can play in the midfield and striker, and he still seems like he can score goals, especially at the later stages of your Man United season when he was playing and he was getting goals. It still seems like he can do it. Also, the signing of Sandro seems like he's a quality striker, but we have not seen that much of him just yet. We can see how he does. Obviously, losing Lukaku was a bad sign. Like, obviously, it was a very bad sign. But no, seriously, but with all the signs, especially Michael Keane, their defence is going to be improved. They're going to be very good defensively. I can see them getting most 1-0 wins, maybe 2-1s, just edging it, because they have players which can attack, especially David Klaassen, man. I can't wait to see him. And also Jordan Pickford, young goalkeeper. I do think he could still concede some, because when he was at Sunderland, he didn't impress me. But with a new defence, I think he can be a lot better. 5th place, I'm going with the champions. I'm actually going with Chelsea. I say this because Chelsea have sold and put out on loan far too many players, and they just don't have a deep enough squad to compete in the Champions League and the Premier League. Already losing Loftus-Cheek and Zuma, which I forgot to say is part Stoke, out on loan. This doesn't seem like they have the defence. Also losing Nathan Ake. See, look, the defence isn't that good. John Terry gone. Who's their defenders? Rudiger, David Luiz, Cesar Azpilicueta, and you guessed it, Gary Cahill. And just like even their midfield, even though they brought in Bakayoko, they also got rid of Matic. Very bad choice. Chelsea, what were you thinking? Like they did sign Willy Caballero as a backup goalkeeper, really? But and also Diego Costa seems like he wants to leave the club. Morata, he's good, he's quality, but is he Diego Costa? No. And it just does not seem like the Chelsea of last season, which when it changed to 3 at the back they could fret. It seems like Chelsea of the start of last season where they were losing and they weren't playing good. I'm sorry, that's why I'm putting them 5th. I'm really sorry. 4th place I'm putting in Liverpool. Mo Salah has already impressed me so much in the pre-season, but there is some flaws. He's not been in the Premier League again. He did start at Chelsea, didn't impress me. He went to Rome, he impressed me. Can he handle the Premier League again? Who knows? With Coutinho handing the transfer request, that is weird, but I would love to see Barcelona nab Coutinho, which could give Mane and Salah both time, but they don't have that striker, which Liverpool are crying out for. Sturridge is quality, Firmino's quality, but can they have that next level quality? I don't think so. The defence also still needs shaping up. Virgil van Dijk seems like he could go Liverpool, but you might as well just have Lovren in your defence. In 3rd place, I'm actually going with Manchester City. Now, everyone thinks here they're going to win the league. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I know, Man City 3rd. Look, they've made so many defensive signs, which I was credible for, because I thought they were going to play a 3 at the back formation before they signed Walker, Danilo and Mendy. You can see where I'm coming from. They got rid of all their fullbacks, and they just had centre-backs, yeah. Plus, with the sign of Edison, I don't know much about him, and I don't think he's actually going to be that good, considering he's never made a cap from Brazil. I'm sorry. And also, like, their attack, Gabriel Jesus, Aguero, nothing against them. De Bruyne is going to have a fantastic season, but I just think their defence again is going to be sloppy. And I'm sorry to say that. I just think they're going to be sloppy, because that's what City are at the back. Attacking, 7 goals. Defence, they'll concede about 4. In 2nd, I've got Spurs. Here's why. I think Harry Kane's going to win the Golden Boot again. And it does pay me to say this because I think I want Lukaku to do it, but I think Harry Kane has the Golden Boot in him this year again. I think Spurs are going to actually do really good. Even though I've been slanting them, saying that playing at Wembley they can't win a single game. I know, but I just have that feeling Spurs are actually going to do really, really good, because they've been really good the past 2 seasons. Why can't they be good again? Because they got the exact same team. They got rid of Walker, but they have Trippier now. Danny Rose does seem like he's going to be leaving, but I can then see Spurs making them signings where they need them left backs and right backs, and they like Son is incredible, Kane's incredible, Eriksen's incredible, Dele Alli is shit for England but good for Spurs. They're very good, and they're going to have that home support there consistently, and that's why I think they're going to be 2nd. Right, yes, biased man. Man United are going to finish top, ha 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 ha. but literally, I can't go against them. I'm never going to root against them. I'm always going to say they're top. That's a spoiler. Yes, I do think United are going to finish top with Lukaku instead of Ibrahimovic. I mean, Lukaku has impressed me a lot in pre-season, especially he scored against Real Madrid. Who does that? And also, signs a Lindelof, and like Lindelof is a good signing, but if I can see United playing through the bad decision, but it's going to have to happen because that's what Jose Mourinho wants. Mkhitaryan, I'm expecting to do really, really well if he's going to be in that more attacking area, because he's very good at running at defenders, dribbling left foot, right foot, bang. And also Rashford, Martial, Pogba, Matic, who's a new signing. I'm expecting them all to have a good season. Herrera's going to have a good season because, you know, he's always had a good season since he came to United. And yeah, with Mourinho's rule, you know, Mourinho law, forget Newton's law, Mourinho's law, you always win the second, in the second year. I can see him winning the title. But yeah, those are my predictions. They're very, very controversial, and you know, we'll probably revisit them. Anyway, I've been Liam, and I will talk to you all later.